Greetings, everybody. I have been doing nothing since the last episode because we've got plans. We need to take care of this this episode. We need to do something like what we did with the breeder here, where it's on the inside and on the outside. Aesthetically, we've just made it fit in with the surroundings. So I have some materials. Hopefully enough materials. If not, I do have a little bit more in the house, but I would like to get right into this and get started on this build. What we're working with here is an 11 by 11 square, and we have here an 11 by 7 rectangle. Under the iron farm, I chose to put the slabs at the bottom level. I'm not sure if this is far enough away that I have to worry about golems spawning down here or not, but I figure better safe than sorry. I'm just going to do this. And I don't really have any plans for the interior of this. Like I said, it's going to be very similar to the interior of that. Now that we have a floor, we want to see what our building is actually going to look like. For now, we need to mark out our corners and start lifting things up. That way we can actually start to see the build a little bit better in 3 dimensions. For me, it definitely helps, especially when you don't do any pre-planning, to kind of take things in steps like this. We'll lift these up 2, 3, and 4 to be at least 4 high. And I might even go taller because I want this to be kind of like a temple. On this, I raised these walls up 4 high. These are 4 high walls. And I do wonder what this one would look like with 5 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5. I might go ahead and lift it up to that point and see what I think. We'll probably leave this build, the side one, a bit shorter. We'll leave this one as a 4 high, but maybe we'll do these layers in 5 just to differentiate it a little bit. I'm gonna go around and get these walls lifted up a little bit. We'll get our note blocks and our diorite and our calcite. We'll get this lifted up, and then once we get to a roof layer, we'll come back and talk about that a little bit. So, bringing up the pillars and the walls, I found out that the golems were indeed quite capable of spawning beyond the confines of their platform I made them. But I made quick work of that with my flint and steel, and to alleviate the problem, I lined the top of the walls with some slabs. Not a permanent feature, more or less just a temporary fix to the golem issue. So now that we've got the walls raised up, what we want to do is go around and get the outline for the roof, like what we have here. And I'm going to follow the same pattern I've been doing. I just do an upside down stair, trapdoor, trapdoor. So every stripped dark oak log, upside down stair, trapdoor, just like that at the top. So the next thing we want to do is start to flare out these little side bits. I'm not sure if there's like a technical name for it, but the pattern I've been doing a trapdoor here, temporary slab here, 2 temporary slabs here, and a slab here. And then if we break this, we can do another slab here, and get rid of the original temporary slab. So that gives us a little step up like this out at the end. And then from there, you do a trapdoor and a trapdoor, double thick trapdoor. So if we go down on the ground, it looks like this. It gives it that nice little kind of swoop effect there. So now I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. Whoop. Anyway, we'll get that done all the way around, and we'll be back for the next step. Now we've got our little corner bits on. The next step is going to be filling in between with our stair blocks and our slabs like this, and then kind of connecting the dots with the dark oak, bringing it down and just drawing a line along the bottom, just to bring them all together, all of our little winglets. And to do that, I've just kind of been going underneath here with a combination of stairs and slab, randomly coming through here with these blocks and putting them through like that, just to pop that out a little bit. And we'll go around and get all these done. So I think we'll go slab, slab, and then stair and stair. Something like that. This side, where it's a little bit different, we're only going to do slab, and then we'll do a stair up there and a stair right there. And we'll ignore that last part because it'll probably change with the roof up there anyway. All right, so now that we have that all the way around, the next thing we want to do is, like I said, start drawing a line between our dark oak and shaping out that curve that we want. The way that it kind of dips down like that, almost like a smile. That's what we want to do here with this. And the way we do that, regardless of the rain, is we grab our slabs and trapdoors. And I always like to kind of work from both ends and work in towards each other. And I'll show you what I mean. So here we're going to add one more row of double trapdoors, and then we'll go over here and do the same, double trapdoors. Now here on the bottom trapdoor, we'll do slab, 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 3 slabs. Same thing here, slab, slab, and that meets us up nicely here in the middle, and we can put a trapdoor there and another one on top. So now, if we go down, and I'll move my scaffolding so you can see it better. There. So before we do any more with this roof level here, we actually want to start building up our second story on the places where we want it. And I know for sure on this tower we're going to need a second story. Probably even a third. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't thought that far ahead. But this part here we might just do as a single story building. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. We're going to bring this bit up though in the same way that we brought the bottom bit up. We're going to go up with our dark oak, what do you call them? Our dark oak planks. We're going to go up by 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we're going to bring our wall blocks in like this, just like how we did on the bottom level. Okay, so now what we'll do is these little parts of the roof here, and because they're all stair blocks, that is going to help us keep this part of it spawn proof. And for the bottom part down there, I have an idea as well that I'll show you when we get there. And for this, it's a real simple pattern. I'm just going up 1 stair block at a time, then an upside down stair block on the back, and then another stair block at the top. And we'll hold off. We won't do much right here other than that and that for now. And then behind it, we'll do dark oak like that, dark oak here, and we'll use our birch trapdoors down here. And this, whoop, come on now, if I could function. Whoop, nope, I can't. There we go. This will keep that bottom part spawn proof down there. So if we go up here, we can go bink, 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 bink. And now this whole area here, other than these blocks, is spawn proof. But those blocks will be covered with stairs, like this. Get my string out of there. The string is for the spots that I won't be able to figure out how to spawn proof. So like if we put the stairs, how we had them like this, and then turn them here, and then we would have a stair block coming in here. So see, that spawn proofs all of this, which is awesome. That's going to help us. So I'm going to go ahead and get this done all the way around and get that first little roof section on. And then I'm going to go ahead and repeat it on the next layer. And from there, we'll decide if we're going to need a third floor or not. So this is what a completed side here is going to end up looking like. At the top, I ended up doing a note block with a fence, and I've got some trapdoors and a slab here, and I'm hoping that'll spawn proof this entire side here now. So nothing should spawn down here. And like I said, we'll do the same thing up here at the top, and then all of this should be spawn proof again once that's done. All right, I've finished the first layer of the roof all the way around here, other than this little building extension down here. I've also killed any errant golems that I found that had spawned during the build process while I had some spawnable blocks. And I placed string temporarily along the top up here. And now I've just kind of been watching to make sure that the golems are only spawning up here again, because this pattern here is going to be repeated up here. So as long as everything spawns in here and not down here, then we know that we've successfully made a spawn-proof roof down here. And that's what we want, because the main part of this build, like obviously I want it to look cool, which I think it is so far. We're gonna get some windows and stuff going on in there, but the main thing of this build is to make our ugly box in the sky look cool. So as long as we accomplish that and our ugly box keeps working for us and producing iron, then we're on the right track. So like I said, I'm gonna get the next layer of the roof brought up, and also this little extension bit down here. Oh, there's a problem. Sorry, dude. I don't know where this one spawned. I don't think there's any spawnable blocks here, unless he can spawn on the stairs. But I don't think they can. Okay, so I think I have a plan for this part. What we'll do is, using our slabs, we'll start here with... No, we won't. We will start here with a whole block. And then we'll go up by slabs, but we'll do it a block at a time, if that makes sense. So like this, and then down here, same thing, a whole block, and up with slabs. So we're going only a half a block up each time we step up. And then by the time we get here, this is a full block. So if we want, we can get our stairs, and we can get a little more decorative with this part and get our little flare out doodad like we've been doing, like this here. But only I think maybe on a little bit of a smaller, come on, dang it. All right, we're gonna call that, I nailed it, first try is what we're gonna call that. Let's see how that looks. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. I like the direction that's heading. But another thing I think I want to do, I think what I want to do is not add another layer to this, but I think I just want to raise the elevation of the roof of this part of the build ever so slightly. And to do that, I think what we'll do is we'll run a beam along here and strip the logs as we go, just so it matches from the inside. And we'll do another one here. We might have to get more materials. I know I'm definitely running low on calcite and diorite. I can't believe I'm saying that, but I'm low on diorite right now. But I always underestimate the builds. This is definitely taking way more resources than I thought it would. And it's getting way more complex than I thought it would, but that's okay. That's the fun part, is kind of figuring out how to make it all work. But from here, what we'll do is I think we'll go up 1, 2, 3 blocks, maybe another 4, just so it matches the first floor. We start bringing in these blocks here, our calcite and our diorite. We're so low on calcite. I think this is all I have. So let's try and get in as much of this front wall as we can. All right, I got the wall finished, and that is actually the last of the calcite that I have. And I think what I want to do is get some more of my deep slate, and we'll make some more stairs and try and spawn proof this first layer of that level. Okay, so that lower part there is complete, and the golem spawning is getting a little out of control. I didn't really do a very good job recording it because I was also trying to keep them contained a little bit, but let me take you down there and I'll show you kind of how that came out a little bit closer, because it's interesting, especially where the different levels meet for the different heights of the build. Okay, so here at the corner, I kind of had a little curved stair, that way it leads into the slabs here, because this pitch is not as steep as this pitch is, and also it just kind of runs straight under this roof like we talked about earlier. On this back side, I don't know where these guys are spawning. I don't know where they're coming from. Up there should be spawn proof because I've got string all the way around. So they've got to be spawning on a block that I didn't think they could spawn on, and that might not be good, but we'll deal with that shortly. We'll get it finished up. We'll lower the options for spawning. Like, they could be spawning here, I think. But the more options we take away, the more we'll be able to figure out where they're coming from. But anyway, so here's the corner of this building here, and where it comes in, it was kind of tricky because I had to bring it under and over this intersection here just to make it look nice. And it's still kind of odd, but I feel like it comes in pretty okay there. And for this top part, we need to do what we've been doing all the way around with our little wing outs and bring out with our stair blocks and our slabs here in the middle. And then we'll cap this off with another pitched roof here. And then we'll have a larger pitched roof here that I'm hoping will cover the iron farm, but we'll see. Okay, I've got the lower section of this building done. That's as high as we're gonna take it. We might do some dormers up here, but other than that, that lower part is complete. Over here, we've got the trim done all the way around, and currently all around here are the only spawnable blocks. I think it's kind of funny because in the last episode, I talked so much smack about that spider spawner and like, oh, when am I ever gonna need all this junk? I'm never gonna use any of this. But string. String is the answer. String is what I'm putting around on all the spawnable blocks that I find. I know there's a guy over here, but he didn't spawn over here. He actually spawned over here and kind of walked his way down and around. So anywhere where there's a spawnable block, like up here is string, up here is string. I'm gonna have to put string up here and string up here, but I gotta run back to the spider spawner and get more. All right, I did all that, and then I did it again. We now have 3 layers because it didn't matter how I tried to angle the roof here. If I tried to put it at this level, it interrupted where the spawning platform was for the iron golem. So I went ahead and brought it up another level. You can see it's still working. There's a golem burning right now. And I've made sure that up until this point, all of our possible spawnable blocks have either been replaced with trapdoors, slabs, stairs, string, or some other form of non-spawnable block. So, as of right now, this thing is still running at 100% efficiency. And the last thing I'd like to do is just cap it off with a roof. And for that, what we'll do is we'll repeat this pattern that we have here on these 2 floors. We'll do another one of those like that. But then kind of like this roof here, how there's a larger secondary roof over it, that's how we'll actually cap this off with a big roof. So, getting the roof in, I gotta say, looking at this building now, this is honestly the first one I can say that I'm not too sure how happy I am with the way it turned out. The biggest thing is I just wish that the layers were the 3 different tiers. I wish they got concentrically smaller, like the building to the left there. But the problem that I had with that was the iron farm is not in the right position. Don't get me wrong, the building's kind of cool. I don't think it is what it could be. And down the road, maybe even in between episodes at some point in time, I might actually move the iron farm to a better spot within the building so that I can make the top 2 tiers concentrically smaller than the one before. What do you guys think? Like I said in the time lapse, I'm not sure. To me, it's too much of a chunky boy, honestly. I feel like it should taper down and get smaller as it goes up. But like I said, we're gonna work with it for now. I'd have to reposition the iron farm, and I was looking in there already, and I've only got 1 block this way and 1 block this way along the X and Z coordinate that I can move it anyway. So this is probably gonna be the iron farm. I put the signs around there just to look like a little trim and break that white up a little bit more. And I don't know. I think it's okay. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. But I want to go inside of it and show you what it's like in there. There's not much right now, but definitely at some point in time down the road, I'll do a little bit of an interior. But we have a few other things that we're going to be putting in there. So probably until I've finished the smoker and maybe even the bamboo farm below, The interior might just stay like this. Or not smoker, I mean furnace. And I'm thinking the furnace is going to go over here. And we'll have just extra storage down here. And we might make this part look cool. And just be more aesthetic than functional. Because up here is where the nuts and bolts are. This is where everything actually happens. This is where the farm is. And the storage right now I feel like is sufficient. This has just been since when I've been building this thing. But we're not even up to the second chest yet, so I feel like we've got plenty of storage for now. If we need more, I'll probably put it up here, quite honestly. But like I said, we can only really move this farm if we move it one block this way, and then if we move it one block this way, that will center it with this build, and that'll give us one block where we could come in for a layer. But we've got 2 layers that we've got to deal with, and I don't know. I just really don't know. I don't know how much I can improve upon this design. I guess this is what I get for not doing any pre-planning, but I like winging it. And so you know what? We're going to take it. We're going to take it, we're going to press on, and we're going to keep going and get more stuff done. But for now, I am going to get this episode edited and get it out to you guys. I hope you liked it. I tried to slow this one down a bit and focus on one thing instead of just being kind of scatterbrained everywhere all across the board. So let me know what you guys thought about that. Leave a like if you had a good time. And I suppose I'll see you guys next time.